Hi guys. So what you were just looking at is what we call a miniature, and this happens to be a miniature general store. And I'm going to show you what's inside in just a minute. Let me read a poem first called My Miniature Store, and then we're going to take a little tour, and I'll show you some of the things that are in here. So, My Miniature Store. I have a miniature store that seems to be frozen in time. All of the groceries sit on the shelves while the clerk sweeps invisible grime. The books and toys that line the wall all seem to understand that little parents will choose them and take them home to tiny hands. Fresh vegetables and fruit for sale sit on the countertop, and appliances that people need are there for folks to shop. A tiny mouse sits still and quiet as if in mid-race on the floor, and sacks of potatoes and coffee sit ready beside the door. Time stands still for my little store. It never gets dirty or messed, and it's fun to pretend that it's open, and that's when I like it best. So miniature stores are fun, and I started putting this one together a long time ago. And let me show you some of the things that are in here. First of all, we have the shopkeeper, who kind of looks like a Gigi herself. So this is the shopkeeper, and she's behind the register, which I'm about to knock over. There we go. It is hard to get your hand in here without knocking things over. And this is, this is Grandpa in his rocking chair with his little tiny newspaper. We'll move that so it doesn't get knocked off. And his checkerboard in front of him so he can play checkers. My miniature store has toys. It has a dollhouse. And it has a dartboard. It even has in here a tiny little Jack-in-the-Box. And I didn't make these things, although you can. If you decided you wanted to do a miniature yourself, a miniature house or a miniature store. We have miniature teddy bears, as if little tiny children could walk in my store and buy a teddy bear. And we have a little doll, so they could walk in and buy a little doll. This is sort of like if you've ever heard of Little House on the Prairie, kind of, in a way, a Little House on the Prairie store. And we have, on the counter, we have a seed box where people can come in and buy their seeds if they want to plant tomatoes or corn or flowers. And we have a gumball machine. I really love this. So you can come in and buy a little tiny gumball from the lady behind the counter. And we have a box of strawberries. I think these are fun. So fresh produce. And we have, over here we have cigars. We have a little sewing box so women could come in to the store and they could buy their colors of thread that they needed, or anything else they might need for sewing. Here's a broom that our shopkeeper would use to sweep things. And in my poem, I talk about a little tiny mouse, whoopsie, and it is hard to pick up the mouse, but it is down here on the floor. I don't think I can get it. It's so tiny. Nope, I can't. Yes, I can. Okay. So we have a tiny little mouse. I don't know if you can see that. He's hard to see. And it wouldn't be unusual in a country store for a little mouse to run across the floor. We have sacks of flour and coffee. We have a little tiny sled, because kids could go into general stores and buy radio flyer sleds. And we have, milk bottles, because this is how they would have bought milk in those days. This would have been probably inside a refrigerator of some sort. But there's some milk bottles and a little tiny basket of eggs for sale. And potatoes, a little crate of potatoes. Here's a looks ice cream maker. So you can make fresh ice cream. Here's a butter churn. You may have heard people talk about butter churns before. There's a butter churn complete with a little decoration on it, and people would make their butter. And my store sells books. We have all kinds of little books. So here are a couple of them. No titles on them. We're pretending. So we have fun with our little books. We have groceries over here. We have a ladder so the shopkeeper can get up on the ladder and get to things that people can't reach. And we have, oh, look at this. We have a crate of Coca-Cola. Little tiny bottles. A dressmaker form. So women could lay their material across the dressmaker form and see what they wanted to buy. And more groceries over here. So there's just all kinds of interesting things. More toys. I bet you've seen something like this before. Oops, sorry, Mr. Shopkeeper. But there's a toy that you would pull. Has wheels. Little blocks inside. So my store has a little bit of everything. If you need to buy groceries, you have it. And if you need to buy toys, they're here. If you need material to sew, stuffed animals, we have milk, we have eggs, potatoes, pretty much everything you could need. There's even a little bowl for candy. So if you need to buy some candy, we have that too. So this was fun to put together. It took me a while, and I kept adding to it. And I think if you had a shoebox and wanted to, my daughter used to do this, make little tiny miniature things out of cardboard and out of paper, and make your own little miniature set like this. And then it's kind of like playing with a dollhouse, only instead of a dollhouse, it's a store. So this was fun to do. Let me put the, speaking of dollhouses, put that back on the shelf. And poor Grandpa, let me see if I can sit him up in his rocking chair and kind of give him back his newspaper so he can sit and read while his wife is working behind the counter. Okay, so that's my miniature store. I thought it might be fun to take a tour. There's even a phone on the wall in case you need to make a call. So thanks for letting me share that with you. And the next poem I want to read is one I wrote a while back. And it actually, I know you've heard of Dr. Seuss, you know, Horton Hears a Who, and all the, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and all the Dr. Seuss stories. This one is in the style of Dr. Seuss, but it's about a little boy, and it's called The Toddler's Dr. Seuss. Your diaper needs a change, I fear. It's stinky, so let me be clear. The clean one here will fit you well, and will replace the one I smell. I do not want a diaper change. I'll wear it till I walk quite strange. I'll wear it till it hangs so low, there's nowhere for the poop to go. I need to change your diaper now. I'll pay you if you will allow. We need to do this with some haste before it turns to toxic waste. I do not want a diaper change. I do not want your pocket change. I am a toddler, that I am. No diaper change for me, so scram. I picked this shirt out just for you. It's Thomas and a lovely blue. Or here's one that has Mickey Mouse. These are your favorites in the house. I do not want that shirt today. You might as well put it away. In fact, I don't want all of these. I'll just go naked if you please. I'll help you with your shoes, you know. We're running late and we must go. You are a toddler. Have a seat and let me get them on your feet. I don't need help, so let me be. I'll get them on. Just wait and see. I am a toddler, that I state. And if we're late, well then we're late. Little man, you know your mind, but fault with that I cannot find. I guess that's how you learn and grow. But toddlers too must take it slow. I am a toddler, it is true, and my job is to challenge you. I'll do it my own way, I can, 'cause I'm a toddler, that I am. So when you were a toddler, and that means a little person, you might have been this way too, decided to go your own way, choose your own clothes, put your shoes on the wrong feet, but that's how we learn. You may have a little brother or little sister who's going through this now, and you can relate to that, that kind of attitude that toddlers have. So thank you for letting me share my miniature store with you tonight, and for letting me read my poetry to you. And we will see you soon with another video. And 1, 4, 3, and bye-bye.